This video is going to focus on the difference between discrete and continuous data sets. Take a moment and read the questions that I have prepared for you. You're being asked to graph these relationships. And in our first example, we're going to compare the number of cupcakes sold to the amount of money earned. Cupcakes sold is on our x-axis, it's our independent variable. Money earned is on the y-axis, it's the dependent variable because how much money you make depends on how many cupcakes you sell. So, if Charlie is selling cupcakes at $1 a pop, he's going to make $1 for one cupcake sold. He would make $2 for two cupcakes, $3 for three cupcakes, and so on for however many cupcakes he sells. If you're asked to decide if this is discrete or continuous, the question you have to ask yourself is, could I end up with some amount of money earned that's in between these whole numbers that I have for my example? So could I end up with $1.50 earned? Well, not really, not based on the way this question is being asked, because I don't know any reputable cupcake vendors that sell half cupcakes. So Charlie isn't going to sell 1.5 cupcakes, which is what you'd need to sell in order to end up with $1.50. The only realistic options are to have whole number values for the cupcake sales. So you couldn't get $4.25 because you don't sell 4 1/4 cupcakes. We call this type of relationship a discrete relationship or a discrete data set because there are no values for the dependent variable that exist in between the points provided for our independent variable. Well, look at our second example. Alex is walking at a speed of 2 meters per second. So we are comparing time on our x-axis with the distance traveled on our y-axis. How far you go depends on how long you're walking at that speed. And we're told that she's moving at 2 meters for each second. So 1 second into her walk, she's traveled 2 meters. 2 seconds into her walk, she's traveled 4 meters. She'll be 6 meters at 3 seconds, and so on. Well, if you stop to think about it, you could determine how far Alex had walked after 0.5 seconds. Well, she would have walked half of 2 meters, or just 1 meter. You could even determine how far she walked at 0.9 seconds, which would be pretty close to 2 meters, and precisely it would be actually 1.8 meters. So we could determine some distance walked for any possible value of the time. We aren't just limited to the values that were given, not just whole seconds. We could go in between those seconds and calculate a time. So in order to represent this continuous relationship, continuous, that's a U there by the way, continuous, we actually will connect all of the points on this line, which tells the person reading the graph that we could determine a distance value for any given time. Whereas looking back over here, we don't connect the points because we don't have values that are in between them. That's the difference between discrete and discrete.